Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about some of the functions that we learned so far in NumPy, and I have created a set of exercise here where we can, basically apply whatever we learned so far in NumPy. So all the questions I have mentioned already. Let's try to solve them, and feel free to write wherever you find any confusion to any of the question. And one thing that you guys have to consider, there are multiple way to solve a particular question. So might be I have applied one, so you try with another approach and you feel free to share that in comment box. Fine. So let's move to this small exercise. The first one, the question that I have written here, that we need to import the NumPy package is np. So you all know that how to import it. That is, import NumPy as np. Np is the alias. Now the question is, create an empty array of 20 zeros and replace the fourth object with the number 5. So I hope you remember the zeros function. So let me create an array with z, which is np dot zeros, and total number of zeros we required as 20. And here it is. Let me call z so that you guys can check it out. So I have created that uh, an empty array with 20 zeros. Now what I need to do, I need to replace the fourth object. So the fourth object will come at 3 index, if because indexing is start from 0. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3. So we need to replace the third index as 5. So how we are going to do it? We can simply write it like this. And here it is. So let me call z, and you'll get the output. So we have replaced the fourth object with number 5. So we're done with this question. Next question is, create an array of 21s. Fine. And store it as a variable named array underscore master. Okay, and we just need to copy the same array into another variable named array copy. Perfect. So the first name would be array underscore master. We have to be careful with the naming convention that is written here as well, and that is with 21. So we have ones function, so we can write it like this, and we are done with that part. Now we just need to store it in a new array, which is array underscore copy. So you will be writing something like this, and you assign that array underscore master, and we have a copy function for that purpose, right? So if you call array underscore copy and array underscore master, they both will be having the same value. So let me call array underscore master as well. Here it is. Both are same. Perfect, guys. So here we have created an not empty. We have created an array with all the values as 1. There were total 20 values, and we named as array underscore master. Then we store it to another variable, which is array underscore copy. So we used a copy function for that purpose, and that is the output. You can check it out. So the next question is, create an array containing 30 ones, and we just need to broadcast all the ones to the value 100. Perfect. So that's what we can do. How we are going to do? First, we have to create that array. Let me write, let's say, we haven't given any name. So let me write it new array, and the name is np.ones, and we need to pass total 30 ones, and we just need to replace that value with broadcast, or you can say replace that value all the values at 100. So we can write something like this, and you see that all will be converted as 100. Let me call it new underscore array. So here it is. So this is what we did. We have broadcasted all to the value 100 now. So the next question is, that was quite simple. Create an array of integers starting from 21 until 31 and name it as array 1. So let's take it one by one. The first part is array 1, and we have to create it as 21 till 31. So because till 31 is needed, and we have used a range function, so last we needed 32 because 31 till 31 we needed. So last range is excluded. So we'll be passing something like this. Let me call that array so that we can understand. Yes, perfectly we have created. Sorry, that is array 1. Right. So now the next thing I need to do, create an array of integers starting from 11. So let's give it a name as 2, and which starts from np range 11 and goes till 21. So till 21 I need it. So I have passed 22, and let me call array 2 as well so that we can check. Yes, that starts from 11 and goes till 21. Now we need to calculate the difference between array 1 and array 2. We can simply write it like this. Array 1 subtract array 2, that's the difference, and here it is. So here is the output. So that's what you can check, and you can calculate. You run array 1, array 2, and then you check the difference between them, and you validate it with this output. Here it goes. Now the next question is, create an array of all even integers which starts from 2 and goes till 10 and name it as A1. Perfect, that's what we can do. So the A1, let's create with arrange only. That's a quite handy function, but just starts from 2 and till 10 I need it. So I'll be passing 11, all the even numbers. So I'll take an interval of 2. Perfect. And the next part is create an array of all even integers from 21 to 30 and name it at A2. So A2 np dot arrange, and I have to start it from 22 and it will go till 30. So I'll be passing 31, and that is also the even one. So here it is. Let me call it 2 as well. So perfect. Now what I need to do, use the two arrays as rows, okay, and create a matrix. So you can use a stack function for that. So let me write it, np dot stack, and in a stack function we can directly pass a1 a2. Right, here it is. So we have calculated, we have basically stacked those we as a row, right? So row stack is the default one. In case we need to do a column stack, we need to mention it. So either you can use vstack or hstack, or we can directly use a stack and column stack. So the next question is, use the two arrays as column, okay, and create a matrix. So we can use column index, that's I was talking about. So that is np.column, that is the spelling stack, and we can directly pass a1 a2. So it will stack this as a column. What I need, okay, np.column underscore stack. Yes, so here we have added a1 and a2 as column. We have stacked this as a column, and previously we have stacked that as a row. We can use access 0 and 1 as well. I hope you remember that we discussed in our previous classes. Now, the next question is, create a 5 by 6 matrix with value ranging from 0 to 29. Perfect. And then retrieve the value intersecting at second row and third column. Okay, the second row and third column. So let me create array matrix, and I'll be creating using arrange function only. So 0 to 20, so I can directly pass 30. Perfect. And I need it for 5 by 6. So you remember we have a reshape function for that matter. So we can use 5 by 6 here. So it will reshape that value. And let me call this so that you guys can see how it looks like. Perfect. Then what I need to do, we need to retrieve the value intersecting at second row and third column. So second row will come at 1 index, right guys? And third column will come to 2 index. So which is second row, third column, 0, 1, 2. And that should be 8. Let me run it. Yes, perfect. So you can retrieve any value for any row and column. The basic funda will be applied that when you need to separate it by comma, anything coming before comma, it's a part of row, and the which is coming after comma, that's a part of column. So let's move to the next question. Create an identity matrix of shape 10 by 10 and replace the zeros with the value 21. Perfect. That's what we can do. So let me give it a name array, and I'll be using I function for that. And I need it for 10. So one value, if I'll be passing one value, it will take it 10 by 10. So let me run it. Here it is. So that's a diagonal one. We can see. And total 10 rows, 10 columns. And in case we need to convert all the zeros as 21, so we can write it like this. And here it is. Oh, sorry, that is ARR. Perfect. I hope it's clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Use NumPy to generate a random set of 10 numbers which starts from 0 and goes till 10 or till 1, sorry. So let me do it first. That let's take an array and we can use np.random and .rand, and we needed total 10 numbers. So I can run AR and you see that we have created that. And then display a Boolean array output where all values greater than 0.2 are true. Perfect. So we can write it like this. Oh, sorry, 0.2, and we'll be getting a Boolean output. So anything which is coming greater than 0.2 will be true and rest will be false. Perfect, guys. So shall move to the next question. Next question is use NumPy to generate array matrix of 5 by 2 random number and sampled from a standard normal distribution. Obviously, we'll be using a random for that purpose. So np.random dot rand n, that is the normally distributed value we'll be getting, and that is 5 comma 2. So it will be 5 rows, 2 columns. So that follows the standard normal distribution. In case you want to know more about this function, you simply go to the NumPy and check the random module and the rand and how it works to their official website. So the next question is create an array of 30 linearly spaced point between 0 and 100. So we have line space for that purpose. So I'll be writing np dot line space, that is basically a linear space which starts from 0 goes till 100, and we needed a total 30 points. So it will take basically 30 coordinates which starts from 0 and goes till 100. So this is what we did. The next question is we have already given a matrix for that purpose. So that's a sample matrix which we have created from 1 to 100 values, and we reshaped it by 10 by 10, which is 10 rows, 10 columns. So using this matrix, we'll be extracting some values. So we need to retrieve the last 2 rows and first 3 columns. So how we are going to do it? That the name of the metric is simple understroke matrix. So we need last 2 rows. So last 2 rows we can write 8 of all the rows after 8 index. That is the row part. And then for column, first 3 columns. So we can write 0 until 3. Yeah, that's it. So all the rows after 8, I mean that's the last 2 rows. There are multiple way to do it. I have just given one option. You can try it another way as well. And the columns I needed first 3, so which starts from 0 and goes till 3. So 3 is the excluded part, so it will take 0, 1, 2. I hope it's clear. So the next part is retrieve the value 55 from the above matrix. So let's check where is the 55, and that is there. So what would be the row count for this? That is here. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fifth index of row and column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth index of column. So we can retrieve it like this. SIMPLE, simple matrix, and that was fifth row and fourth column. So we can retrieve 55. Perfect, we did it. So the next is retrieve the values from the third column in the above matrix. So third column, Basically, how we can get it? So we will be writing simple underscore matrix. We needed all the rows that matter and third column. So third column will come at 2 index. So we can write something like this. So here is the, we can see all the values from third column. You can validate it 0, 1, 2, 3. So that is 3, 13, 23, 33 and all. This is what we can do. Now retrieve the values from the fourth row in the above matrix. So fourth row will come at third index. So we can write it like this. Simple underscore matrix, and that is third row. So all the columns we can mention like this. So fourth row, so third index of row. So that's it. And the next part is retrieved values from the second and fourth row in the above matrix. So if needed for second and fourth row, so I mean that is the random rows that we needed. So there are multiple way to do it. I'm writing one of the option. You can try it another way as well and let me know how you did it. So I'll be passing it like this. Okay, and I needed all the columns. So I'll pass column for that matter. Here it is. Perfect. So I have written the second row index, which is 1, and the fourth row index, which is 3, and I needed all the columns for that matter. So I have written something like this. Right. So the next question is calculate the following values of the given matrix. So first we need to calculate sum of that matrix, which is simple underscore matrix. So we can do as using a sum function. We can directly call it. It will sum all the values from that matrix. And if you need to do the sum based on row and column, you check my previous video. We did it with access 0 and 1. And if you need to check the standard deviation, that is simple underscore matrix dot std. So std is a function to check the standard deviation. Here it is. And for the variance as well, we have var function for that. So here it is. Perfect. Now in case you need to check the mean, so we have that mean function too. So we'll be writing simple underscore matrix and mean. That's it. And we are good to go. So as I already told you, in NumPy, you need not to do all the mathematical calculation manually. It's quite helpful for you to do that part. So simple underscore matrix dot max, because we needed a max value into that entire matrix. So you know that we have created from 0 to 100. So 100 was the maximum value. Sorry, I think we have created it from 1 to 100, if you remember. Yeah, it is from 1 to 100. And if you need to need to retrieve the smallest one, so you can call a small min function. Here it is. So that's it. So this is what we did today. We have taken a sample of that matrix and we have applied some indexing around the rows and columns. And apart from this, we learned some predefined function of NumPy. And I have noted all the questions and we tried to solve it. And you try it in another way as well. In case of any confusion, feel free to write in comment box. Thank you guys. I'll come up with a new topic in my next video. Take care. Bye.